and welcome to Accra Fashion Week, Chilly Rainy Edition 2019. I am your host for Accra Fashion Week. My name is Katie G. To start off with Accra Fashion Week, we are bringing you the State of African Fashion Conference, where we talk about fashion regarding different African designers from all parts of Africa. People will have many questions, they'll have many answers. We'll have a full panelist of different African designers to talk about what is happening in the state of African fashion. Questions will relate to the prices of African fashion. How is the African fashion market doing overseas? What can designers and also buyers do to help African fashion? So, if you are someone that wants to be a designer, someone that wants to buy different types of African fashion, then this conference is for you. So stay tuned to listen to different professional African designers, such as Ivy Prosper, Monty Oz, Avo, and Ajepoma. And there's many more to come. So stay tuned and enjoy this conference. I have a wonderful designer here from Guinea-Bissau. Please tell us your name.
My name is Dina Adão from Guinea-Bissau, West Africa. We are at the south of Senegal and north of Guinea-Conakry.
And tell us, what kind of fashion are you into? What kind of fashion do you create?
Mainly for women, because I love the women's, African women's and the worldwide women's. And I mix. I used to mix the African patterns and European patterns. Yes.
That's great. And what brings you to the conference today?
To learn more, because I consider myself as a forever student, always learning, and I think she will be interested to learn from the people who will lead this conference, their experience, and to know my colleagues who will participate, the models, the designers from other countries, and also to share experiences.
And I have someone who is very interesting, someone who is into the fashion industry, and someone who will share a lot with you. Her name is Ivy Prosper. Ivy, welcome. Tell us about yourself.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here. I am a media professional, so I work in television media, film, documentary, as well as I have a strong interest in the fashion business. I have worked in the fashion industry in the past, in buying. I did design many, many years ago, and I am looking to get back into design again. However, I am a big brand ambassador of fashion from Africa, from the continent of Africa.
That's great. So tell us about African fashion in, I guess, the 20th century, or like in 2018, 2019. How has it evolved? Is it getting better, or has it gone down?
Well, in the 20th century, we saw that African fashion wasn't embraced as much. African fashion, there was a tendency for designers, high-end designers from like Paris, London, to show Africa as always like animal print, showing people like in the jungle and it wasn't necessarily about showing the craftsmanship of designers here. It was more about European designers coming here, getting inspiration, and leaving. Now in the 21st century, we're seeing that African fashion is actually getting more notoriety. It's getting more attention. There are people who are having a real, true interest in the work of designers here.
I am here with the wonderful, most famous in Ghana, Ghanaian fashion designer Ajepoma. Aje, hello. So, remember, she's one of the panelists. Tell us, what are you going to be talking about?
I'm going to be talking about the fashion business climate in Ghana and the challenges we face and how I think we can improve our business climate. It's going to be quite interesting. I would love a lot of opinions on the matter because it's not just about the glitz, the glam, the red carpet, but it's also about, how you're going to sell your products, your art to people and make it sustainable at the same time.
All over this continent, there's so many different things that are coming out from each country that are just amazing and beautiful. So if you have any questions for me after, I think I've spoken for a long time. I'll cut it short so that the rest of our panel can also get a chance to put in their thoughts as well.
I understand things, especially from a curatorial point on display, that sometimes in exhibition making you can make some ownership. You can tell the stories that are not always told, the stories that might not get immediately business, but they play a role in setting the scene.
So as a blogger, I like showcasing fashion as function and style, but also as culture. So I just wanted to explore more of the storytelling side of fashion on my blog, specifically within the context of Ghana, West Africa, because I'm an American, I live here in Ghana. So one of the things that I've realized since living here is that there's a huge gap in knowledge that people, especially African Americans in the West, have about the fashion culture here. So what are some ways that you guys would recommend bloggers write and tell the stories so that a broader Black audience can understand and also participate in the diversity of this market?
I think that
To even think of our price ranges, as we as a collective sat down to say that, okay, what are our high-end prices? What are our medium-end prices? If you look at the high street brands outside, Topshop, Zara, H&M, I'm sure you are familiar with these brands. These are high street brands. The price points are similar. If they're high-end, they're similar. And the quality goes with it, really. But what most of us African designers are doing is that the people who can consume are actually at the top tier. So we are all aiming for the top. And we've left that huge gap for Mr. Price and Jet to fill. So now what are we doing? What are we doing as designers? We have to sit down and be like, okay, I'm happy. You know, I think I would like to produce products that are not so expensive, but that are not low end either. Another designer can be like, look, there's a huge vacuum. If we ban second-hand clothing, I can produce for low end, whatnot. Because there's a tier for each consumer, and it needs to be filled. And in every economy, it needs to be filled. There's a need for it. But what we are all doing is we are aiming for the high tier. So now we are all competing for the, high end, whatnot. But then even sometimes our quality doesn't matter.